It's time for iTVLK lessons in collaboration with the Department of Education Central Province.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Hello children. Hope you are doing fine at home with your studies. I'm Nimasha Kulasinghe from Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy. So with my lesson today, I thought of revising the negative form of French language. So when we are talking about negative form, we have several things to remember. That means we'll take them as exceptions that you should remember within the lesson, la négation. Okay. I have divided the lesson into 4 parts. Then it is easier for you all to catch up the things that you have to remember as exceptions. Okay. The first part is this. Ne pas. That is the basic format we have to transform a sentence into negation. We have to use this ne and pas before and after the conjugated verb. Okay, let's have a look at a sentence. Je suis végétarien. I am vegetarian. So I need the negation of this sentence. So what do I have to do? I just take the conjugated verb suis and add my ne and pas before and after the conjugated verb. Okay, in that case, my sentence would be Je ne suis pas végétarien. I'm not vegetarian. So can you see, children, here? Before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne and pas. That is how you form a negative sentence in French language. I thought of giving you another example. Je parle français. I speak French. So the negation of that sentence is, so before that you have to identify the conjugated verb there, parle, speak. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have to add ne and pas. That is the basic way of forming a sentence in negation. Now we'll go to the second part where you have to be very careful. That is with some articles. Now, by now you know these articles, les articles indéfinis. La négation avec les articles indéfinis. What are les articles indéfinis? Un, une, des. So whenever you are having a sentence with un, une, des, and if you want to transform that sentence into negation, what happens? Now see my example. Il a un livre. He has a book. So here, this is the conjugated verb. We have to remember that. Before and after the conjugated verb, we have to have ne and pas. Meanwhile, you are having un. So this is an article, indefinite article. So what happened to the indefinite article? Just have a look at the negative sentence. Il n'a pas un livre. So you are having the negation here. Before and after the conjugated verb, you are having ne and pas. Still, you are having something to remember. What is it? This un, we have to change it into the. That is something very much important to remember here. Whenever you are having a sentence with an article indéfini, in negation, you have to change it into the. But look at this sentence, children. C'est une belle sculpture. This is a beautiful sculpture. So there you are having the verb être here. Remember, the verb conjugated here is être. So with the verb être, what happens in the negation? Okay, we have ne and pas before and after the conjugated verb. But look at une. It has not changed into the. So that means you have to remember this very well. That means with être, whenever you are having an article indéfini, you don't have to change it into the. That is, take it as an exception that you should remember here. Okay. Another example, il voit une fille. He sees a girl. So even there, the verb is voir, and you are having the indefinite article une. So what is your sentence in negation? Il ne voit pas une fille. He doesn't see a girl. Ne voit pas. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne and pas. And this une becomes the. Because here you have another verb, not être. If you have être only, we have to keep it as it is. But this is another verb In that case, you have to change the article into the. So that is regarding les articles indéfinis. Now we'll go to another set of articles, that is la négation avec les articles définis. That means le, la, et l'apostrophe les. Look at my example. J'ai les livres. I have the books. What happens in negation? Je n'ai pas les livres. No change at all. We didn't change les into the. Here you can see before and after the conjugated verb, I had placed ne and pas. We will go to another example. C'est le livre. This is the book. Negation. Ce n'est pas le livre. This is not the book. No change. Pierre aime le cricket. Pierre likes cricket. Pierre n'aime pas le cricket. Pierre doesn't like cricket. So here, can you see, children? With definite articles, we don't have to change them in negation. So remember, whenever you have a sentence with a definite article, in negation, you don't have to change it into the. Please remember that. Then we'll go to another set of articles. La négation avec les articles partitifs. Du, de la, de, l'apostrophe, and de. So whenever you are having this type of an article with your sentence, what happens to the negation? J'ai du courage. I have courage. C'est du lait au chocolat. This is some chocolate milk. Yes. Le garçon fait du sport. The boy does sports. So here you can see with the conjugated verb you are having the partitive article. So you can remember now how to form the negation before and after the conjugated verb. You have to have ne and pas. But what happens to du here? Can you see, children? Even there, your article partitive everywhere, either it can be du, de la, de, l'apostrophe, de. You have to change them into the. See, je n'ai pas de courage. I don't have courage. Ce n'est pas de lait au chocolat. Le garçon ne fait pas de sport. So remember, with les articles partitifs, you have to change your article into the when you are transforming the sentence into negation. So those are the things you have to remember with articles. Okay, we'll now go for the third part of the lesson with les verbes pronominaux. Pronominal verbs like you might have learned se laver, se coucher, se regarder, se parler, se rencontrer. Likewise, these type of verbs, how do we put the negation? Now here, Clémentine se maquille devant le miroir. Clémentine does her makeup in front of the mirror. What happens to the negation? We'll see. I have given another sentence. Je me lave à 10 heures. I wash myself at 10 o'clock. I take a wash at 10 o'clock. So the negation, Clémentine ne se maquille pas devant le miroir. Why? Because here the conjugated verb is se maquille. You have to include your pronoun even. Okay? Because that is a part of your verb. So there, ne se maquille pas before and after the conjugated verb. Okay? So here, je me lave à 10 heures. I have a wash at 10 o'clock. I don't have a wash at 10 o'clock. Je ne me lave pas. See, it is in between me lave. So in between the verb is me lave. Okay, before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne and pas. Okay, that is with how to have your negation with pronominal verbs. We'll go for another tense, passé composé in negation. Okay, so there, can you see some sentences I have given? Rose a lu le roman. Rose read the novel. Nous avons joué à l'extérieur. We played outside. Ils sont descendus du bus. They got down from the bus. Okay, so what happens to the negation there? Rose n'a pas lu le roman. Can you see the conjugated verb here is avoir. Avoir, être. So here, before and after the conjugated verb, you have to have your ne and pas. Okay, that is something important that you have to remember under past tense. Then, We'll go to the last part. Apart from na and pa, you have some more forms to remember. So the basic form we learned under negation was na and pa. Now here we are learning another form, that is na person. Negation is taken as na and person, but the placement is same as na pa before and after the conjugated verb. Right? What is the meaning of this? Kelkan. The positive form should be kelkan, someone. And the negation of someone is no one, no person. Okay. So in this table, you can see the positive side and the negative side. With positive side, I have introduced kelkan, someone. So someone in negation, it has become nobody, no one. So so look at my first example. Elle trouve quelqu'un pour le travail. Elle trouve quelqu'un pour le travail. So there, the verb conjugated is trouve. So elle ne trouve personne pour le travail. Can you see the placement of ne and personne? So it is just like ne pas. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne personne. Negation is she finds no one for work. So the positive form was elle finds someone for the verb. Negation, elle finds no one, nobody for the work. So ne person is just like ne pas before and after the conjugated verb. Another one, il y a quelqu'un dans la classe. There is someone in the class. Negation. Now can you see here, children, you are having a pronoun as well. Now earlier I told you with pronominal verbs, you have to use the pronoun as well. That means you have to include the pronoun as well when you are having your ne and pa. Even here, you are having a pronoun, you have to include that even with the conjugated verb. And your sentence is, il n'y a personne dans la classe. There is no one in the class. Okay, just like ne pas, the placement before and after the conjugated verb. We'll go to our other form, that is ne rien, nothing. Okay, so the positive form for that is something. In your positive form sentence should be with quelque chose, something. Then the negation can be ne rien. You see an example. Quelque chose. Il boit quelque chose. He drinks something. So you are having the positive sentence with quelque chose. Negation. Il ne boit rien. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne rien. That has become nothing. Okay. This is another format that you have to learn in O levels. Ne rien. That means nothing. Look at the second example. There you have the sentence with a pronoun. So in that case, you have to include that pronoun as well. Il y a quelque chose dans le sac. There is something in the bag. Okay. So there the conjugated verb is a. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have to have ne rien, but you have to include your pronoun as well. Il n'y a rien dans le sac. There is nothing in the bag. Okay, that is ne rien. Now we came across three so far. Ne pas, the general format. Ne personne, ne rien. Now we are going for the fourth. It is ne plus, no more. So your positive sentence should be with encore, still. Okay, look at my sentences, what I have given here. Encore is the positive form, negative, ne plus. First example, il fume encore. Il fume encore. He still smokes. So he is in the process. So what is the negation there? We have to say not anymore. Now he has stopped that habit. So we have to use ne and plus just like ne and pas before and after the conjugated verb. Okay. So il ne fume plus. That means he doesn't smoke anymore. Okay. Another example, j'ai encore des bonbons. See here, j'ai encore des bonbons. I still have some sweets. Negation. Can you see here? I don't have any more. No more bonbons. So there, je n'ai plus de bonbons. So there, before and after the conjugated verb, you have ne plus. And what happened to my they? That got changed into the. Can you remember previously we learned them? This is an article partitive. So it changed into the. So the fourth format, we will go for the fifth one now. The fourth was ne plus, no more. Now the last one, ne jamais, never. For that, your positive sentence should be with toujours, parfois, souvent. Toujours means always, parfois, sometimes, souvent, often. So if you are having one of these adverbs in your sentence, so the negation you can have ne jamais, never. Okay, look at my example. John va souvent au cinéma. John often goes to the film hall. So you are having souvent. In that case, you can use ne jamais, and the format is same like just like ne pas. Va, it is the conjugated verb. Before and after the conjugated verb, you have to use ne jamais. John ne va jamais au cinéma. John never goes to the film. Okay, instead of pas, we use jamais. Okay, next one. Albert joue parfois au tennis. Sometimes Albert plays tennis. So parfois is there. So you need to say never. Albert ne joue jamais au tennis. Albert ne joue jamais. Instead of pas, I have used jamais. So now it is ne joue jamais. Never plays tennis. Last one. Les enfants partagent toujours les bonbons. Children always share les jouets. Sorry, les jouets. The toys. Les enfants partagent toujours les jouets. Toys. So the negation, toujours is there, always. The negation should be never. And the conjugated verb is partage. Les enfants ne partagent jamais les jouets. The children never share toys. Okay, so those are the four the formats that you have to remember. Now, throughout this lesson, negative form, we'll go to the resume, the summary of the lesson. First, we went to the normal format, ne pas. Okay, normal sentence structure, negation. Secondly, we went for some changes we have to do with articles, les articles définis and partitif. Thirdly, we went through some tenses like with the pronominal verbs, with past tense, how do we have to manage our past negation? And lastly, we came across some more formats other than ne pas. They are ne personne, ne rien, ne jamais, and ne plus. So I think that is the lesson that we have to learn for your O-level syllabus. Regarding your O-level syllabus, this is all you have to learn for this lesson, negative form. Okay, you better do some practicing activities, maybe from internet, maybe from your teacher. You can ask for more activities, and please practice more, because then only you can get a clear idea about the lesson and you will be able to use them correctly. We will meet in another lesson. So I wish you all the best and good luck for your exam. Au revoir.
Thank you for watching iTVLK. Innovate, Inform, Impact.